Before we start, here's a quick disclaimer. I have to push the QM video back another week to make this. This is just way too good of a thought to pass on without making a video on it. Okay, back to the video now. You've seen the title, clicked on the video, so I'll skip the small talk. You see, I was just eating a banana. They were super ripe, by the way, and the most brilliant hue you could imagine. And they were just like two minuscule brown spots. Anyways, as I was eating it, I thought, man, if Mother Nature really wanted banana trees to succeed, she should have just made their fruits way less tasty. I did forget that I wasn't eating a wild banana that looks like this, by the way, but still, you'll get the idea. Anyways, what I thought made sense because if predators kept eating the bananas, the tree wouldn't be able to disperse its seeds because they're in the banana. But I, for some reason, forgot that banana trees were actually really successful. This made no sense to me because if I was in the wild, I'd personally make them go extinct. That's when I realized that bananas had to taste good to bring predators to eat them and disperse the seeds. Some might argue that this is obvious, but think about it like this. It's a tree, making sure that it produces food good enough for other animals to enjoy and disperse its young, which is essentially sacrificing a part of itself to give life to its children. And as a predator evolves, the tree must also evolve to make sure the food is obtainable, tasty, and healthy enough to eat. If it fails to do any of these, it'll not be able to pass its genes on. Kind of like parents doing everything in their power to protect their child, even if it means making it their sole purpose. Now, the example that I was talking about mainly focuses on wild bananas and flying fox bats. But this pattern of evolving to fit each other's needs stretches way beyond that. Some bats even share blood with other bats to keep them alive, and they return the favor when the tables are turned. One of my favorite examples is sharing within plants. There's a bacteria called mycorrhiza that requires carbon to grow, and as they obtain it, they share carbon between the trees as a byproduct. This creates an entire network of underground carbon sharing that's so efficient that around 40% of carbon in a tree comes from a neighboring one. What I believe happened here, I could be wrong, is that the bacteria that didn't pass carbon between trees were killed off due to some resistance from the trees or the mere fact that they couldn't obtain enough carbon without sharing. There are also many other examples of mutualistic relationships between species, and almost every organism gives food, protects, or shelters their young in some manner. If you had to take a guess at why almost every animal ended up like this, it's because of evolution. If it's not obvious already, the ones that were the best sharers, the one with the most gratitude, made it far enough in life to pass on their genes. This is something crazy to think about for me, because some organisms shared something a long time ago, and nature favored that. Soon enough, its offspring started sharing through either the genes that are passed down, or simply because they realized that it actually helps. And it was once again favored. The cycle repeated for a long, long time and brought us to where we are today. The gene, the impulse to share, exists everywhere you look. Sharing is literally built into our DNA. It's a birthright that we all possess. So go out there, pluck a banana, and give it to someone, and make sure to return the favor.